Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. In this video I want to show you how I was able to combine trend lines, my trend line strategy with the Fibonacci Retracement tool to get a sniper entry on crash 300, and I was able to make over $200. I was able to make over $200 in profit, catching multiple spikes at sniper entry. Alright, so I will show you exactly what I did to how I was able to analyze the market and got that entry. So just watch closely and try to watch to the end so you can learn and also practice this. Alright, you see I'm on the daily time frame crash 300 index, and looking at this, we can see the market has been bearish. You can, if you want to draw a trend line like this, you can see the market has been bearish for a while now. And from what we have here, you can see the market after breaking out of a kind of a trend. Yes, there was a breakout at those points. You can see market has been buying along this line, and momentum was reducing. Now that's broken out of here, and you can see the weight was selling to the downside. The market started selling impulsively to the downside. You can see with these bearish candlesticks. Then it started having these bullish candlesticks. Well, though normally on this higher time frame, this daily time frame, I am suspecting the market would want to do a kind of a impulsive correction around here because of these bullish candlesticks that are starting to appear here. We have about 2 now. So we might be having something like this. The market might be doing something like this until it finally breaks above and continue and maybe comes back to retest somewhere here, But we are not going to base our analysis on this, on what is happening here on the daily time frame, because I can't really see a good setup or maybe anything to really mark here. So what I did was to go to the 4-hourly time frame. I went to the 4-hourly time frame. Then on the 4-hourly time frame, let me reset this chart so you can see it well. Alright, so you can see on the 4-hourly time frame, see what we have here. We have see the market gave us this movement that looks like kind of a corrective impulse, or impulsive correction, and we can also draw another one like this. Yes, we can draw another one like this, and you can see the market is moving in a kind of a correction here. You can see this movement, it looks like a correction because this impulse, this correction, this looks like kind of a correction considering the impulsive candlestick, this bearish candlesticks, and what we are having here. This looks like a correction that the market would want to be selling later. You see, so we have to take note of this particular structure, knowing fully well. I think I showed in the last video I posted on this channel. I thought you want to see a mix of red and green candlesticks moving in one direction. It indicates that the market will possibly change its direction once it gets to a certain resistance level, if it is going to the upside, or support level if it's going towards the downside. So at this point, for this particular structure that we have right here, this structure now is very important that we take note of. Alright, so we can easily draw a trend line to guide this movement to see when the breakout will happen. Then we also put another trend line above like this. Then since we are seeing this on the 4-hourly time frame, if you go down to 1-hourly time frame, you see this structure here will be more clearer. So let's go to the 1-hourly time frame. Alright, so on the 1-hourly time frame, what do we have there? On the 1-hourly time frame, right, so on the 1-hourly time frame, you can see the structure here more clearly. Alright, so now we expect the market to break out. Though when I took that trade, the market was somewhere around here. The market was somewhere around this particular point here. Though I'll go down to the 15 minutes time frame so that you see it more clearly. It was at this point I found that setup and I took the trade. So let's go to the 15 minutes time frame. Let me show you what happened. Alright, so on the 15 minutes time frame, let me reset this chart. You can see this movement that I told you guys. You can see this. Then when I saw this, let me adjust this trend line. I met the market at this point. So I pulled this trend line like you saw here, and I saw it matched with it was in line. The market was in line with these other points to form this trend line. And I decided what I had to do was to bring out the Fibonacci tool, retracement tool, and measure from here to this point. This is the lowest point the market went to. So then I looked and saw that this particular spot was actually between the 50% and 61.8% of the Fibonacci retracement. Retracement tool, and this is the best, one of the best points that reversals usually take place. It's actually in the premium zone. Once the market is in the premium zone, there's a very high chance of it selling. So finding this setup on the where we have between the 50% and the 61.8% and the Fibonacci retracement tool also added to my confidence and confidence that the market is actually going to sell from that point. The market is going to sell from that point. So I took a trade immediately at this point, immediately at this exact point. This is where I took the trade, and you can see the massive spikes to the downside. Guys, catching spikes is too sweet if you know where you are entering from, because many people think if you are catching spikes you won't lose money. You can only lose money when you are scalping, because spikes can come. If you do not know where you are entering a trade to catch spikes, you will still blow up your account, because the market will be going against you. You won't see any spike. It will be the market will be moving with those small candles till it gets to wherever it wants to spike. Maybe before it gets to where it start spiking, your account must have been empty. You understand? So catching spikes is not as easy as you think, and it's not as difficult as you think. It's just a matter of practice. Ensure that you find the market at the proper zone, or the zone that you expect it to sell from. Like now, you can see the confluences that are applicable to this setup here. You can see this was actually a key level too, because market has been buying from this zone. It is actually a key level, and you see the distance zone, the trend line we drew here for this here. You see it matched with what we have here, and also this other trend line. They met at the same point. So the market sold from this point. I took my profit here. I took my profit around this point here. This is where I took my profit, and I used a losses of 3.0, so I made over $200 in profit with these spikes here that I caught. So I didn't even notice what was happening in the market again, because I turned off my I went out of 25 and decided to do other stuff. So before I came back, I saw the market started spiking again here, and you can see the massive spikes to the downside, guys. So if you can spot this kind of setups on the chart, then you can be making money. You understand? Although what we are really expecting to happen on this chart is that the market is going to break out of this trend line, because this movement here, like when we saw it from the 4-hourly time frame and the 1-hourly time frame, this is actually a correction. The market is selling, so this is actually a correction. So the market will most likely break this trend line. Maybe the next time, maybe it would want to, I'm not sure, but if it gets here and does not break, it might just come touch here. Then this time around, it will break out of this trend line. And once it breaks out of this trend line, expect the market to sell even below, and it will even go below this particular level here. To go even below this level here. So it's left for you to just monitor the market. I don't know when you're going to see this video, but whenever you see it, you can just check and confirm what I've just told you. Try to analyze markets like this. It's very simple, guys. It's very simple. All you need to do is just to know how to identify the structures that pay. Look for structures that pay. Structures like this, they pay, and if you can find them on a higher time frame, there is guarantee that if you go to a lower time frame, you can get a good entry and make some good money. You cannot just it's not all the time that I do analyze the market, mark all the key levels, draw all the trend lines. Not every time I do that. Sometimes you just look at the structure you find on the very higher time frame, then you rush down to a lower time frame and get your entry. That's why I used to tell my students, by the time you master these things, there are times you just look at the chart and you enter a trade without drawing much lines. Just maybe with 1 or 2 lines, you enter a trade and you'll be profitable. You understand? But now that you are practicing, just learn how to draw those lines. Draw those lines and identify these structures on the chart. Like what we found here on the 4-hourly time frame. You see, what we found here on this 4-hourly time frame, you see, it is what actually gave us the idea that the market would be selling very soon. Up to now, I still believe, because you can see the movement here. The same thing that happened on crash, how do we call it? Crash 1000. Yes, crash 1000 index that I showed you guys yesterday. Once you see this kind of a thing and the market is headed in one direction, in a single direction, know that the market is going to sell, and it is what is going to happen here. Market will sell and you break through this particular level. So we'll be having the market will just be giving us a kind of a a low high, lower low, lower high. So it will be breaking down to create a lower low, probably, then move up, come back maybe to somewhere here like this, then buy to the upside massively. Depends on whatever it wants to do. But since I won't be trading on a 4-hourly time frame or the daily time frame, so I will just be going, once I see a good structure, I go down to the 15 minutes time frame and take an entry, make some cool cash, use, run out of the market, save your money, guys. You don't need to stay to hold your trades for too long. At least 3 or 4 spikes, you leave the market and you'll be happy, guys. All right, so it's very simple. It's not stressful. Normally we'll start marking everything on this chart, drawing lines up and down, go here, but now just look for a simple structure like this. Draw your lines and follow what is happening within that structure, guys. Or you might have to wait for a breakout if what is happening within the lines is not something you can really understand. If it looks confusing, you leave the chart, or maybe go to a lower time frame. You might get a good understanding of what is happening in the market. If you don't understand at all, leave that pair, go to another pair, guys, so it will help you to grow. All right, so this thing is still on, the offer is still on, $30 for my 2 weeks strategy mastery bootcamp. If you are interested, you click on the link in the description of this video. It takes you to my Telegram channel. From there you find my direct contact to reach out to me, so you can make your payment and we schedule, and then you join the class. It's going to be a group class. It's not going to be a one-on-one class. One-on-one class, if you need that same lessons for a one-on-one class, it's going to be $50 because of the stress, but if you are going to join with those who have already made payments already, so you can join them with $30 for now. After Wednesday, which is going to be by that should be on the 8th, after 8th of April 2024, the price goes back to $50 for that particular one. But if you are a total beginner, or you want a real, you need a full coaching for 1 month. 1 month will cost you $100, guys. 1 month will cost you $100. But if you are a total beginner, it costs about $150, guys. So I just happened to mention this in this video, so that maybe you might just have an idea of what you want to learn. You understand what you are coming in for. All right, meanwhile, just watch this video. Even if you don't have the money to pay for the mentorship, just watch this video and try to practice. I believe you will succeed. The only thing is that paying money for mentorship, joining, having somebody to coach you tries to fasten the process. But learning by yourself, it can take time. It takes time to get the right thing you need. Grab it fast. To take time. All right, guys. So meanwhile, subscribe to this channel if you've not done that yet, and like this video, guys. Share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to join the Telegram channel so you can be getting information or setups I post. So guys, till my next video, stay blessed and peace out.